Okay, guys, Iran has struck back at Israel here. Massive, massive attacks against Israel tonight. Absolutely wild stuff. This comes after a barrage of attacks by Israel against Iranian nuclear facilities, as well as military installations all across the country. In fact, many people thought that, hey, the Iranians' military leadership has basically been decapitated. There's reports that the nuclear facilities have been greatly damaged. A lot of people were under the impression that the Iranians might not even have enough weaponry or leadership to direct attacks. But that turned out not to be true. And we saw a massive, massive wave of strikes today against Israel. Absolutely wild footage here. This is a direct attack. Look at this footage. One of the waves we've seen direct hit on the capital of Tel Aviv. Absolutely wild stuff here, as well as even recently we saw a massive attack in Tel Aviv as well, direct hit on a residence. The reports are at least two people have died, as well as over 100 casualties. So this is a pretty major event here. The Iranians are breaching the Iranian defenses, as well as the American defenses, because guess what, guys? The Americans have stepped in and are defending Israel, which really shouldn't be that much of a surprise to anybody. But the point is, this continues to escalate. The Israelis are continuing to strike back at Iran, even as I'm speaking right now. Massive attacks. There's reports that the Israelis are going to attack their energy infrastructure next. So this is a full blown war between Iran and Israel. There's no question about it. And the only question at this point, I think, is do the Americans get fully directly involved in offensive actions against Iran? And frankly, it's looking that way. You have all the media apparatus in the United States pushing that, to be quite frank with you guys. And this is not good. It's just not a good situation at all. And by the way, guys, if you're enjoying the content, make sure to like and subscribe. It's super good for the algorithm. Hit that subscribe button. And my Patreon and Amazon links are down below if you want to support the channel in that way. So again, as I said, direct hit in the center of Tel Aviv, which resulted in Israeli retaliation as well. Here's another video that came tonight, also hitting Tel Aviv. Unbelievable footage coming out of Tel Aviv, and yet we see the direct hits here in Tel Aviv. Absolutely stunning. And the thing also, guys, the Iranians were striking apparently the Kiryat, I think it's pronounced, which is basically the Pentagon for Israel was struck in an attack, as well as there are reports that the Iranians, again, there's a lot of fog of war going on, but Israeli installations, military installations have been hit in recent strikes. So, and apparently this is just the beginning. The Iranians have said they have no interest in dialogue right now, which, to be frank, I mean, is that really surprising given what happened the last time we tried for dialogue? The Americans and the Israelis were deceiving them. So obviously the Iranians are not going to be in any sort of mood to negotiate with the Americans or the Israelis. So let's be honest, guys, the Israelis' goal here is going to be to overthrow the regime. Make no mistake about it. There was reports earlier today that the Israelis were bombing very close to the compound of where the supreme leader lives, which gives the indication as a message like, hey, we're coming for you. And even with Netanyahu's rhetoric, they're calling for the Iranians to overthrow the regime in Iran. So again, absolutely wild stuff. The Israeli ambassador basically said that, yeah, we're at war with Iran now. So make no mistake, this is a full blown war between Israel and Iran. And as I said, in the beginning, it appeared as though Israel was winning. But as of now, I'm not so sure what's going on because a lot of the missiles are breaching, and apparently the Iranians have not even begun to attack yet. Again, who knows what's bluster, what's not, but the Iranians have said their main attack hasn't even begun yet. So again, this continues to escalate. I want to talk about how the divide this has caused on the right wing. Because again, guys, Trump himself campaigned on an anti-war message. This is quite the opposite. He is, and again, as I said, he wasn't just okay with this attack. They directly deceived the Iranian government. They said they basically came up with a false pretext in negotiations and plotted with Israel to basically come up with a surprise attack and attack Iran. Trump totally signed off on this attack and was aware of it, and he supported it. Make no mistake about it. And we talked about it yesterday as well. And of course, many on the right wing, like Charlie Kirk, for example, who claims he's anti-war, but he's really not. Again, a lot of these people who claim they're anti-war, they're not anti-war. But one person in particular who has massive influence, Tucker Carlson, not happy, and he is turning on Trump here. Tucker Carlson called Trump complicit in Israel's attack and urged the president to drop Israel and let them fight their own wars. As I said, guys, even though the United States, as of now, which I think is going to change, is not directly involved in offensive actions towards Iran, they're involved in defensive actions and defending Israel by shooting missiles out of the sky, which is costing tens of millions of dollars, which comes after an offensive Israeli attack on Iran. So, again, the entire thing is wild. And this is the quote he said: "The United States should not at any level participate in a war with Iran. No funding, no weapons, no troops on the ground. Regardless of what our quote unquote special ally says, a fight with the Iranians has nothing to do or to offer to the United States." Um, and again, I think the other reason why I think we're looking here is Iran to attack military bases of any country that defends Israel. Well, that's what the United States is doing right now. So again, the situation just continues to escalate here. But the big headline of tonight, guys, is Iran has struck Israel. They've done significant damage, and this is really going to absolutely wild. I'll get you more information as news very crazy developing story. So absolutely wild stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Super good for the algorithm. More news coming out. I'll get it right to you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you later.